Welcome to the class of strategic management. Today we are going to cover the topic of environmental appraisal. So first of all, we need to understand what do we understand by the word environment. The environment of any organization is the aggregate of all the conditions, events, and the influences that surround and affect it. That means it is basically nothing. If we see the literal meaning of environment, it means all the surroundings or the external objects or the influences, circumstances under which someone or something is existing. So everything surrounding us is our environment. So for organization also, all the external influences, all the external conditions which are existing around the organization and which also has an impact on the environment, that is known as your business environment or the organization environment. Now coming to the characteristics of environment, first, environment is complex. Complex in the sense because it consists of number of facts and events, conditions, and these are not standing alone. These are all interlinked, these factors and events. So it makes it a little complex. Next is environment is dynamic. You are very well aware of the fact that it is dynamic. It keeps on changing. Environment is never static. It keeps on changing over the period of time. Next is environment is multifaceted. Multifaceted means that every character has a different perception about the various variables or various factors of environment. Anything what is happening, a particular change which is taking place in the environment, everybody perceives it differently. सबका अपना अपना एक व्यू पॉइंट होता है कि उसको कैसे परसीव करना है. Next is environment has a far reaching impact. Far reaching impact means it affects an organization in many ways, not only in one single way. It affects the organization's growth, it affects the organization's profitability, it affects the organization's culture. So, it has several different ways of affecting the organization. That's why we say that environment has a far-reaching impact. So what has happened now? So strategic management wants to see, strategic management is becoming very conscious to study the nature of the environment and the way it is affecting the organization, right? Now then moving on, if we see the environment can be classified into two heads, internal environment and external environment. We talked about SWOT analysis in the last chapter. It was nothing but strengths and weakness. Those are related to your internal environment, and opportunities and threats that encompasses your external environment, right? So keep yourself muted, please. So the internal environment refers to all the factors within an organization that impact strengths or causes weakness of a strategic nature. So strength can be, it is an inherent capacity which an organization can use to gain the strategic advantage. Example of strengths can be good reputation of an organization among customers. What are the resources, assets? They might have a very good asset or very skillful people, experience, knowledge. These can act as a strength of an organization. Then comes your weakness. Weakness are the inherent limitation. Inherent means which are already inbuilt limitations or the constraints which create a strategic disadvantage. Examples can be gap in the capabilities or financial deadlines. There is a financial constraint. There is a low morale. Employees are very not motivated. They have very low morale. Over dependence on single product line. These can act as weakness of the organization. Then external environment includes all the factors which are outside the organization, which provide opportunities or pose threats to the organization. See, internal environment can be controlled, but external environment is totally uncontrollable. These are outside the organization. These factors cannot be controlled, or maybe partially these can be controlled. So first is opportunity. Opportunity is a favorable condition in the organization's environment which enables it to consolidate and strengthen its position. That means opportunity उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को वो पोजीशन पे ला देती है कि आप उस एनवायरमेंट चेंज का, उस एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर का फायदा उठा के आप आपकी पोजीशन को और स्ट्रॉन्ग कर सकते हो. एग्जाम्पल, इफ देयर इज अ इकोनॉमिक बूम, फेवरेबल डेमोग्राफिक शिफ्ट्स हो रही हैं, न्यू टेक्नोलॉजीज आ रही हैं और जो आपके पास ऑलरेडी है, या उसके बाद लूजनिंग ऑफ रेगुलेशंस, पहले बहुत रेस्ट्रिक्शंस थी फ्रॉम गवर्नमेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, उनको लूजन किया जा रहा है, या फिर फेवरेबल ग्लोबल इन्फ्लुएंस कुछ हो रहा है आपकी प्रोडक्ट लाइन के लिए. सो दीज ऑल एक्ट एज अ अपॉर्चुनिटी. Threat is an unfavorable condition in the organization's environment which creates risk or cause damage to the organization. That means it is a kind of threat कि something it will bring a negative impact on your organization. So like unexpected shift in the consumer taste, वो उनका एकदम से unexpected change हो गया, तो product जो आप उन्हें serve कर रहे थे, they no longer they want it, right? या फिर न्यू रेगुलेशंस आ गए हैं, गवर्नमेंट कुछ बहुत नई रेस्ट्रिक्शंस लगा दी हैं, या फेवरेबल अनफेवरेबल पॉलिटिकल या लेजिस्लेटिव कुछ आ गया है, एक न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी अडॉप्ट कर ली गई है और आपके पास जो टेक्नोलॉजी थी it has become obsolete. So that can also be the reason. So what do we do? Technique of SWOT analysis. This helps us in studying internal and external environment. So first we set the objectives of the organization or its units. Then we identify the strengths, weakness, opportunities and threats. Then we ask the questions, how to maximize our strengths, how to minimize our weakness, and how to capitalize the opportunities, and how to guard against the threats which are available in the external environment, right? And then strategic management help us in recommending the strategies. It helps in formulating strategies in order to answer these questions. Further, it is seen that the business environment of an organization, we are talking about external environment, right? But if we see, there is a general environment and there is a relevant environment, immediate relevant environment, you can call it. What is general environment? See, the external environment encompasses various sectors. International, it can be international environment, national, local economy, social changes which are happening, political system, demographic. So these all can be termed as a general environment. A general environment impacts or affects the whole industry or the whole economy as a whole. But the immediate concern of any organization is, limited to just the part of the environment, that one factor of general environment which affects the, which is immediately affecting the organization, and it has very strategic relevance to the organization, because this immediate environment, it enables the organization to focus its attention on those factors which are intimately related to mission and vision and goals and objectives of the organization, right? So organization is always more interested in relevant environment, that is immediate environment, rather than general environment, because general environment is changing for all the organizations which are existing in the economy. So now it is a very broad term, environment. It consists of many classifications, but broadly it is seen that these 8 sectors, 8 types of environments includes almost everything for which Indian organization is interested. Now all the concerns are included in these 8 sectors. So first one is economic environment. Now coming to the economic environment, what do you mean by economic environment? Economic environment of a country means, whether the country is agrarian country, it is an industrial country, or it is in the phase, then it is a capitalistic economy, socialistic economy, or it is a mixed economy. What are the monetary policies? What are the fiscal policies of in the economy? What is the distribution of income rate and growth, per capita income? All these aspects, these fall under the head of economic environment. Now moving on to the international environment. International environment includes your globalization, then its process, its content, its direction, then what are the global economic forces and what are the global forums, what are the imports and exports, and what are the international trade and commerce policies, what are the international demographic patterns, what are the global financial system, these IMF, WTO relation of the country with these WTO and IMF, these come under the international environment. Then marketing environment or market environment means your customer related factors, which are the preference, perception, attitude, taste of your consumers. एक आपके कस्टमर रिलेटेड फैक्टर हो गए, दूसरे आपके प्रोडक्ट रिलेटेड फैक्टर हो गए कि प्रोडक्ट की क्या फंक्शन है, क्या यूटिलिटी है, क्या डिजाइन है, कौन से लाइफ साइकिल की स्टेज पे चल रहे हैं. देन मार्केटिंग इंटरमीडिएट फैक्टर हो गए. मार्केट इंटरमीडिएट फैक्टर मींस कौन सा मिडल मैन मिल लिया है, कौन सा डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चैनल आप यूज कर रहे हो, क्या लॉजिस्टिक सिस्टम है, क्या फाइनेंशियल इंटरमीडिएरी यूज कर रहे हो. देन अनदर वन इज कॉम्पिटिटर रिलेटेड फैक्टर्स. कॉम्पिटिटर रिलेटेड फैक्टर मींस आपके कॉम्पिटिटर्स कितने हैं, एंट्री और एग्जिट में क्या उनके बैरियर्स हैं या नहीं है, क्या नेचर ऑफ कंपटीशन है, उनकी स्ट्रेटेजिक पोजीशन क्या है आपके कॉम्पिटिटर्स की. सो योर कस्टमर रिलेटेड फैक्टर्स, product related factors, your marketing intermediary factors, and your customer related factors. All these combined together, it will be termed as market environment. Then comes your political environment. Political environment consists of the political stability of any organ. It consists of factors related to the management of public affairs by the government, including its institution and legislation, constitution and legislation. तो political structure क्या है, उनका क्या goal है, क्या political system है, क्या ideology का है, उनकी political philosophy क्या है. So all these will be formed and all these will be part of your political environment. Then regulatory environment. It consists of factors which are related to planning and promotion and regulation of economic activities in a country by the government, right? So the constitutional framework क्या है, आपके डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल्स क्या है, फंडामेंटल राइट्स क्या है उस इकोनॉमी में, उस कंट्री में. तो देन अदर पॉलिसी रिलेटेड टू लाइसेंसिंग की जो पॉलिसी है, फॉरेन इन्वेस्टमेंट की जो पॉलिसी है, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन एंड प्राइसिंग पे कितना कंट्रोल है, इंपोर्ट्स एंड एक्सपोर्ट्स के लिए क्या पॉलिसीज है. ऑल दिस विल फॉर्म अ पार्ट ऑफ योर रेगुलेटरी एनवायरनमेंट. देन कम्स योर सोशियो कल्चर एनवायरनमेंट. Socio-culture environment includes your demographic characters. Demographic means population की क्या composition है, क्या density है, क्या distribution है. Then socio-culture concerns also include your environmental pollution, consumerism, corruption. ये सब क्या है, family के structures क्या हैं, क्या changes हो रहे हैं, education level, awareness, position of men, women in the family, क्या status रहता है. That will be coming under social culture. Then comes supplier environment. Supplier means the cost and availability of raw material from the supplier. कितने suppliers available हैं, क्या nature है suppliers की, क्या उनकी terms and conditions रहती हैं. Then existence of sources, means of for supply of plants and machinery के लिए, sub assemblies के लिए, power of source के लिए, power of energy के लिए कहाँ से अवेलेबल हो रही है, कि क्या कितने उसके सप्लायर्स हैं. एंड द लास्ट वन इज टेक्नोलॉजिकल. टेक्नोलॉजिकल मींस व्हाट आर द सोर्सेज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी अवेलेबल, इन द सेंस कि कितने उसके इंटरनली आपको इंडिजिनियस टेक्नोलॉजी है या आपको इंपोर्ट करनी पड़ रही है. इंडिजिनियस, आई टोल्ड यू यस्टरडे आल्सो, इट इज योर लोकल टेक्नोलॉजी और यू हैव टू इंपोर्ट इट फ्रॉम सम अदर फॉरेन कंट्री, राइट. देन कौन सी कितनी फ्रीक्वेंटली आपकी टेक्नोलॉजी चेंज हो रही है, क्या चेंजेस हैं, कौन सी स्टेज पे है. दैट वुड बी योर टेक्नोलॉजिकल. सो इफ वी सी इट फ्रॉम अ ब्रॉडर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, all these 8 kinds of environments, these cover all the concerns or all the issues related to a organization, especially in Indian context. So all the things are covered in this. Then comes there are some factors which are to be considered while doing environment scanning. See, now we know that this is the environment, these are the sectors which are existing in an economy. Now we need to scan the environment कि okay किसका क्या impact हमारे ऊपर आ रहा है, हमारी organization को कौन सा sector, कौन सा factor, कौन सा environment कैसे influence कर रहा है, कितना impact कर रहा है और कौन सा कम कर रहा है या ज्यादा कर रहा है. For that purpose, the methods, the techniques which we use is that is your environmental scanning. But before that, there are these common factors which you need to consider before going for environmental scanning technique. First is events. Events are important and specific occurrences taking place in different environmental sectors. Trends. Trends are the general tendencies or the course of action along with which events take place. Issues are the current concerns that arise in response to events and trends. Expectations are the demands made by interested groups in the light of their concern for issues. Chalo, let's understand it with the help of an example. If I give you an example, Reliance Industries in 1977, for the first time, it issued the shares to the public. So that was a